You said earlier that you signed a deal with High Power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what year was that?
2005.
2005. Yeah. Now, when you say High Power, is it more than just Capone? Is there other people, or is it just like he's the main guy?
Well, at the time we had distribution through Universal.
Okay.
And I believe that he had a distribution deal. You know, more or less like they told him, all right, like you bring in you bring in whatever music you can or whatever artists you can. We're gonna pay you for it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then you pay them whatever you deem is fucking. You know. So it was a distribution deal that he had. You know, he had started his own label, and they had allowed him to sign however he wanted. You know what I mean? So he signed me to a deal for one album. Well, it was more than that actually, but literally 4 months after I signed my deal, I caught my 10 years. You know.
Wow.
Did, yeah, right after that. So I literally, the album that they put out for me was called Free Bozo, but it was just literally a bunch of music that I had around so many studios. They grabbed it and just created an album. So that I wouldn't fucking default on my contract. You know what I mean? But he cashed me out though. He paid me. He even paid me when I got out this time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Money that I believed he owed me. He still, you know, he didn't really give me a hard time. He gave me a check, and you know,
okay,
that was cool. You know what I'm
saying? So now you went in, you did your 10. Mm-hmm. And then now you're released what year again now?
Released 2015.
2015. Did you immediately start recording?
No, I didn't, because, you know, like I said, I wasn't here, you know? I wasn't mentally here. You know what I mean? I wasn't ready to get out, man. Like I still had a lot of questions of myself, you know, self-doubt. So, and then it didn't help that the woman that I was with was beating me up mentally even more. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like was trying to make me feel like I didn't know how to act, you know what I'm saying? Like on my own,
right?
My own decisions weren't normal life, you know what I mean? People make you convince you sometimes that you're a fucking animal, dog, you know what I mean? They need to hold your hand through life, or else you're gonna fucking destroy everything, you know what I'm saying? Right. So that's literally how I felt for a minute, you know what I mean? But then the world around me, as usual, embraces me, you know? I don't really have like people that dislike me, you know what I mean? Like people meet me, I typically get along with everybody. If I don't get along with somebody, it's for a reason.
What you get.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, outside of that relationship, I was becoming successful, like, you know, meeting people, making money, having a job, being successful around, you know what I'm saying? So that literally, you know, it opened my eyes, you know what I'm saying? I remember that I met up with a pastor, you know. I have a lot of faith, you know. I have a lot of faith in God, I always have, you know. Even through the thug and shit, like I always, you know, believe God walks with the gangsters, you know what I'm saying, at all times, you know. So I spoke to a pastor, and the pastor literally told me, like, man, God didn't design you to be a doormat, you know. Like, and that shit, as simple as it is, like it hit me, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
He's all, somebody stepping on you, like that's not what God intended for you, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
You gotta get yourself out of that way, you know what I mean? And I did, you know what I'm saying? It kind of worked out, like, you know, God's plan is perfect, you know what I'm saying, immaculate. So I caught a case and it brought me back home. Okay. Literally, sheriffs from the parole department went and picked me up. They flew my ass back. Okay. You know what I mean? And right here, the parole determined that, you know, they would let me out, so they released me as soon as I got here. Okay.
So around what year now can we say that Bozo starts recording music once again?
2016.
Okay, 16. Now, yeah. Who was this with independently?
She was on my own with the homie down the street. My niece's baby's dad, primo, David Vergara, Da Vinci, and Kevin Vergara. They live down the street. The boys, man. Kev the Kev. Shout out to Kev the Kev. Okay. I think I was out 2 days and I hit them up and I was like, yo, like I want to spit some shit, you know? And they were like, all right, we know who you are. You know, they had heard my high power shit, you know? Okay. So they just had a fucking M-Box and a Mac Pro and a microphone, and they were like, let's do it, like right here in the fucking laundry room. And you could tell it was in a laundry room when you hear it, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, to me, it was like, whoa, like let's get it. And that's just where it started.
But the hunger, the desire, and the want to was there.
Well, I felt like I had unfinished business, you know?
Yeah.
And I seen the state of Chicano rap, like where it was at, or not even Chicano rap to
just rap in general.
Just rap in general as far as our culture, you know? Like, I just feel like a lot of potential got slept on and a lot of talent got slept on due to a lot of fucking non-talent that was like flooding the streets, you know what I'm saying, at a time. Like, you know, it's almost like it was like fucking like a bad batch of dope, you know? Right. Like it hit the streets and after that nobody wanted to fucking touch that dope no more, you know what I mean?
I had heard somewhere, I don't know how true this is, that there was bad blood between you and Capone-E at one point. Is
Yeah,
that true?
well, it was him, being, I guess, to me, this is the only way I can, like put in perspective. Like, I think that he's been in the music business so long, you know what I'm saying, that he's developed, bad habits of how he approaches people, you know what I'm saying? And first and foremost, you got to respect me as a man, you know what I'm saying? And he just did some funny shit that I didn't agree with, you know what I'm saying? And I took it there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I took it there. Like, I just, I went on a little fuck campaign of just dissing him and dissing everything that he stood for, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But that's over with, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if we see each other, I would like to catch a fade, I want that head up, but it's not going to happen, and I'm cool with it. Fuck it,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
When's the last time you actually seen him or talked to him?
Fuck, I haven't seen him in years, man. Like, it's been like 2 years, yeah.
I invited him to the show. I think a couple of shows back, I invited him to come, and I would like to interview him. I believe he has an interesting story on how he started.
Yeah, most definitely. Capone did a lot of shit, man, that a lot of motherfuckers don't. I remember doing shows, like not these shows that I'm doing now with like 100 people, 150. Like, I remember doing shows with that fool where there was thousands of people out there. You feel what I'm saying? And him being like one of the mainliners, you know what I'm saying? And him working with like Twister back in the day and Snoop back, even Game. And a lot of motherfuckers really weren't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so he was doing this shit, you know what I mean? My beef with him isn't over, like anything that other people,
Right.
have held against him. A lot of people hold against him. They don't believe he's, like we said earlier, raza, or he represents our culture right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit. My beef with him is just he tried to play me for a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just that. Simple as that.
Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. When it comes to Chicano rap, just rap, Chicano rap, not including black artists, but just Chicano rappers, is there anybody that you listen to or that you like maybe in the past, you like now? Give me a couple of names
that I actually listen to, put my ear to. Misfit. I always thought Cujo was stupid talented, I think it's a shame he doesn't drop more music, Who else is out there, man? I genuinely liked the way Sad Boy did his shit,
Okay.
When he signed to the 400 label, I liked the way he did his shit. Let me see who else, man. There's like new artists that I listen to that I think are dope. They're on the come up. They're not really like too known, but like the homie OJ the Great, I believe in his talent a lot. There's other homies like, for instance, let me see, who else am I listening to, man? That I really put my ear to. Cause I'm guilty of being into that gangster shit.
Okay.
I like that street shit.
What about the Frank Breed Proper Dose thing?
Oh shit! Well, when I was growing up, I was. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't heavy on Chicano rap growing up. The only artist that I listened to was Proper Dose, because they were actually on the radio and they were doing, they were making fucking good music. Lighter Shade of Brown, you know what I'm saying, which was dope as fuck. Psycho Realm, you know what I mean? And that's about it. You know what I mean? That's about my... Now, Mellow Man Ace. I love Mellow Man Ace.
Much love, Mellow Man Ace. He was here on Wednesdays. Okay. Now, as far as black rappers today, who are you bumping today?
Who am I bumping regularly is RJ. I listen to a lot of RJ, G Perico. Let me see. Who else am I listening to? Well, fuck. All the West Coast artists, man. Savvy Third, Joe Moses, OT Genesis. I fuck with OT a lot. That's the boy. AD. Who else? Rucci, somewhat. Shoreline Mafia. I like their shit, what they do, their sound. You know what I mean? To me, they're dope as fuck. And that's probably Drummer Boy. That's another Chicano rap artist that to me, he's dope, man. He has his own sound. Fuck, kids fly as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
A couple of people have requested him on this show. I just don't know how to get a hold of him.
I get a hold of him for you.
Okay.
That's the boy, man.
You're more than welcome to come, Drummer Boy. I want to interview you and just make it happen.
Yeah, Drummer Boy's doing his shit. King Lil G's dope,
Okay.
I put my ear to them. Devour is dope, There's a lot of artists out here, man, that like really have a lot of potential. You feel what I'm saying? That Girls Know the Product.
Okay.
GT Guards out of Houston. They're all Hispanic and they represent it well,
Dope. Is there any old school artist that if you had a chance to be on a track with,
anybody?
Anybody, just anybody.
Any
old school artist. Obviously they're still alive.
LL Cool J.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, why LL? That's interesting to me. Why LL?
Fuck, come on, man. Why? He was the fucking dopest motherfucker when he was like, Mama Sinakiata album, Walking with a Panther, like, that to me.
Remember that one, Big Bud?
Yeah. I'm that type of guy. That shit.
Yeah, that shit, bro.
That shit was fucking.
Going back to Cali.
Yeah, I used to like that one. He had on the Mama Senakiara album that Cross Ride By with the boom and system. That beat that he took that beat from En Vogue and fucked it up.
Yeah.